I thought that I would never see the day. Alex Jones, InfoWars, has actually apologized for getting something wrong. Now, they're wrong 99% of the time, or they tend to point out real problems, but then come up with a completely ridiculous explanation for it that isn't even anywhere close to being true. But now they've actually apologized for something. Alex Jones actually put out a statement and read it on air as well, apologizing for his promotion of the entire Pizzagate Podesta email thing. And it's actually quite interesting.
I'm going to read to you from a statement that's also posted to Infowars.com that I wrote yesterday. Last fall, before the presidential election, a large number of media outlets began reporting on allegations arising from emails released by WikiLeaks that appeared to come from John Podesta, who served President Clinton and Obama and was the chairman of Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Dozens of those stories and articles raised or discussed theories that some of Podesta's emails contained code words for human trafficking and or pedophilia. Stories also included allegations connecting members of the Democratic Party with a number of restaurants allegedly involved with a child sex ring. These stories were cited and discussed in social media and went viral on the internet. One of the persons mentioned in many of the stories in the media was a Washington, D.C. restaurant owner named James Alefantis and his pizza restaurant, Comet Ping Pong. It is fair to say that Mr. Alefantis is a prominent individual who has been mentioned as a power player in Washington. Mr. Alefantis and his restaurant were mentioned in many stories published by a lot of different outlets. Mr. Alefantis was quoted in many subsequent stories, and he denied any involvement in such reported child sex rings. These denials were reported in the national media and many other outlets and news websites. The volume of stories was substantial, generating national headlines and came to be known across the country as Pizzagate. We at InfoWars became part of that national discussion. We broadcast commentary about the allegations and the theory that the emails contained code words. We raised questions about information in Mr. Podesta's emails and in the Comet Ping Pong restaurant. We believed at the time that further investigation was necessary. In December of 2016, we disassociated ourselves from the Pizzagate claims and theories, a position we reiterated last month after being contacted by Mr. Alefantis.
Now, this is obviously written in a very specific way. It reads like someone who is being threatened with a lawsuit, which is very likely, and he did mention that lawyers contacted him, etc. Now, but you see the way it's written. He's just like, well, the whole media was reporting this. The whole media was saying this. So we went along with it too. So essentially, he's trying to deflect. He's trying to say, well, everybody else was saying it too, so you can't single us out. The problem is, Jones, is that you're really bad for that. You're really bad for massively exaggerating things, coming up with the most horrible of things to say. And let's just, never mind, like, Ping Pong Pizza and claiming the guy who owns it to be, a massive pedophile freak, enslaving children, and etc., which is exactly what you did. While the rest of the media was saying that there was something fishy going on here, made a few accusations here and there, but you went completely over the top. You went completely insane with it, as you do with just about everything. You slander people all the time. Like, say, like, the most insane things. Accuse people of being Satanists. Accuse people of being human traffickers. You've accused Bill Gates of things that are in the realm of supervillainy that, frankly, don't even happen in real life. I mean, Jones has said the most horrible things about so many people, but this is the moment he's going to apologize. And what did it take for him to actually admit that he was wrong? A potential lawsuit. Because he knows he's going to lose. Because he knows he said something that wasn't true. And he looks like an idiot for it. But someone might hold him accountable for the things that he's been saying, and all of a sudden, he wants to apologize. I'm wondering what it would take for him to be held accountable for all the other crazy things he's ever said, or for him to apologize for all the other things that he has said that are wrong. How many times has he said, oh, the government's going to go into a tyrannical dictatorship in like a few months? How many times over the decades has he said that? How many times has he claimed, oh, our guns are going to be taken away by a piece of legislation in the next 2 months or so? And it's never happened. How many times has he said, oh, the Illuminati is going to make their move for the New World Order within a few months because this false flag attack is going to happen to justify it? And it never happened. You can go on YouTube and you can Google times Alex Jones is wrong, and you can find a bunch of videos with like 60 predictions he made that were absolutely incorrect. And he doesn't apologize for any of them. But somehow, for some reason, this was the time he chose to apologize for being wrong and slandering somebody, because somebody threatened to sue him. It's interesting to note that that's the kind of honesty that Alex Jones has. The only time that he would actually admit that he was wrong was when somebody would actually hold him accountable for what he says. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.